Hi, when you walk into this room, your door says, "We're wild about learning." I'm hoping that in this room, your classroom, you will learn as much as you can this year as a first grader. When you come in, the first thing you'll see is a container where you're going to put your Monday folder. You're going to bring your Monday folder back on a Monday and set it inside this container. Every single day, you're going to come over to the box. You're going to find your number, the same number as your iPad, and you're going to put your notebook or your take-home folder into that slot so we can get it ready for you before you go home on this school day. On the other side of your door, you're going to see a frog chart. And on the frog chart, we're going to take your measurement on how tall you are at the beginning of first grade, and we'll take it again at the end of first grade. When you come this direction in the room, you'll see two cozy chairs. Those chairs are for you to read to yourself during the school day. Right above, we have a word wall. It is to put all the words that you learned this year. We're going to start with putting up your names. By the word wall, we also have this word collector. Remember on our first day of school, that special word we were learning was jitters. Right around the corner here on this cabinet are the supplies you will need to do your writing. There's envelopes, different kinds of paper. There's some books to look up words in. There's more paper, and in the box container there's pens and colored pencils and skinny markers and highlighters. We'll teach you all about those, but they're the tools for your writing. Then we come to two desks. Sometimes you might want to do your work by sitting at the desks. I will teach you how to use the ball chairs the correct way. When we turn the corner of this cabinet, we have our iPad station. Each of you has a number on your iPad. There's also a number on the countertop. That's where you're going to put your iPad, and I will plug it in. You're going to face your iPad so the screen is facing this white board. This white board is called your data center. All during first grade, we will have goals. We'll have goals in reading, and we'll have goals in math. And we want to keep track of how we're doing on those goals, because we always want to be getting better. And we'll share all that information with you. Here's Arthur's first day of school. He was very worried. You know what he was worried about? Where's the bathroom? As we go around the room, you'll see these two desks, and they have, it looks kind of like half boxes around them. Sometimes you want to be in a really quiet spot when you work. And we will also have tape players and different books of stories that you can listen to. On the counter, we have your book bins, and if you're looking at this, you're seeing there's no books in them. What is in them is your earbuds or your headphones that you brought from home. This week, we will be loading up those book bins with some really good books for you. You will do that with us. There's two chairs here. When the book bins are gone, this is a great place to do work. When you come around the corner here, you will see many containers. The containers that are up at the top are all math tools, things we'll be using to learn math skills. With the things coming down the container, they're more like toys that we will use when we have to stay in for recess on rainy days or really cold days. This shelf right here, that holds the math tools that we are using this week. Those are things you'll get to use when you come back here. On this shelf are the things, and their tools also, that you will use to do your word work. You will find out all about word work this coming week. Down in the corner here, it's, I think, going to be a very favorite cozy spot to do your reading to yourself. On this shelf by the window, we have many containers with books. The books in these containers are the ones that I'm going to be using with you. And after I use them with you, then you'll be able to put them in your book bin. This table right here is where I'll meet with you in small groups. And we'll do a lot of learning at this table. And then you're going to go off to the different areas of the room to practice what you've learned at the table. Behind us is a little tiny table. It's a word work table. Sometimes I know you like to kneel on the floor to do your work. And so you can take a cushion, kneel on the floor, and use this little table. Kind of reminds me of a coffee table like you might have at home. Right now on this bookshelf, we're missing all the bins that go here. There'll be one for each of you. You'll have your clipboard in there and your notebook in there and your pencil boxes, but they're not ready yet. They're still making them in the factory. Your clipboards are in this box. One of your notebooks is in this red container. Your data binders are in the black containers. The glue bottles are in this container. We have tape and we have some extra supplies on this shelf. If you go over to the wall here, it says C-A-F-E. That says cafe. It stands for comprehension and accuracy and fluency and expand vocabulary. We're going to work on all of those things this year. You will understand them. These are teacher things. This is the teacher's desk. And that's the teacher's chair. This chair can be used by you. It's a wonderful chair to sit in when you read to self. It does spin around, but we won't be using it for spinning. It's just a nice, comfy, cozy chair to read in. We have a microphone here. We have our tape player for some music. And on the wall we have the words, I can. These pocket charts here are going to hold the things that we are working on. Your first day of school, we worked on the goal of getting to know each other's names. We had the goal of where is the bathroom, and we had the goal of getting back into a routine of school. Over here on the wall, our contract that we signed for us to use the iPads, and we'll go over those many times so that you really understand how to use them so that you will never have to go without. Here's our smart board. Here are some mats. These mats can be put together so that you have a place to lay down and read if you like to lay down and do that. Or if you like to lay on your stomach and do your work, that's fine too. Right here, I'm trying to show you this big open space. And this big open space is in front of this chart stand. This is called our meeting area, where we come together to learn some things, and then we leave and go and practice them at our tables. One of the spots over here is the bench. We're going to take turns having that be the spot for 3 people each day. It'll be their turn to have it every time we come to the meeting spot. In the red basket are cushions. Those cushions are for you to use when we sit down on the floor. Here's a whiteboard that you'll be able to do your word work on if you like. And down here, it's a trampoline, but it isn't used for jumping. What happened, the trampoline on the outside, the covering fell off of it. So I made it into a cozy place for you to lay down and read your book. Or sometimes you get to read with someone else, and the 2 of you could sit on this. Along the shelves here is our library. Got a lot of books here. And over here we have what are called the big books. And they are very big and they're hard to hold up. So it's best to use them laying on the floor and reading them on the floor. Up here we have some listen to reading, read to yourself, read to someone, word work, and working on writing. And you'll learn all about that. Here's another chair for reading. On this card are the items that we'll be using this week. Here's our sink and our sanitizer for when we want to wash up before using the iPad. Stool for you to stand on when you get a drink of water. And I'll go around the room. All of these are your places that you can do your work. Probably our favorite place is going to be this. You get to sit on this table. It's got frogs on it. And that becomes your chair, and this is your table. It's the only table that I want you to sit on. Otherwise, we're going to leave the rest for our work spots and where we have our snack. We're back. We went all the way around our room. Right down here at the bottom, it's kind of like the end of the day. It says walk, Cougar Care, bus, and car. Your clothespin is there to show how you get home. Sometimes you do 2 different things. Like on Wednesdays you go to Wings. That's written on your clothespin too. We want to get you safely back home. Well, I am looking forward to having you in this classroom. I am so happy you are here. I feel like I know a lot about you already from your conference and from the very first day of school. So I wanted to let you know some things about your classroom.